I did a 90-day report by mail, and they usually send it to me within 30 days, but on Monday it will be already 30 days and I don't get it back. I have the registered mail receipt.
No, because I heard that before that like if someone made this in online, it's not only 90-day report, also TM30. If you're going to make this online, it's like no people they're working like, I mean, they don't have staff to control in online.
Yeah, I didn't do it online, but I think maybe it's the same situation with mail too.
Right in internet.
Yeah, because I see on the forums that a lot of people are saying, you know, lately they're not getting the 90-day report back in time.
It's very slowly.
It's not my fault, you know I had to walk away.
If you never do TM30, they're not accept to do 90-day report.
Really?
Yeah, in the system they will alert that you never do TM30.
Oh my gosh. How do you do TM30?
You go to the immigration first time to get the username and password. After that, you can do online for yourself every time that you return back to your house. Like if you go out abroad, right? When you come back, you can report by yourself through the online.
Okay, that's
or you
good.
go to stay at hotel, and when you come back, you can report by yourself. Because if you stay at hotel will report that you move to their hotel. When you return back home, you have to report for yourself.
Okay.
So I would recommend you to first time you do TM30 and TM90-day report by yourself at immigration after you got the password. After that, I can help you do 90-day report. This one is the captain of TM30. He told me that.
Oh, the captain of the TM30 told you.
They have the patient here and he come to visit. And I meet him and I asked about this. And he said that just go there and show the document and they can give you username and password to do by yourself.
I'm just wondering if I have to pay the fine or something. I heard it's more expensive if you own a condo though, if you're the homeowner.
If you never report, they fine 800 baht.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Thank you. I guess I'll have to go there. You've been so helpful.
You have free time.
Yeah. Oh my
It's
god.
quite far away. And you have plan to go out and come back soon?
You know, that's what I'm thinking. It's just so much trouble. I might just go to Singapore and come back and not have to do 90-day report.
Because when you come back, TM30 will start from the day that you come back to Thailand and 90-day report also.
Oh yeah?
So you don't have to pay a fine.
You don't have to pay a fine then?
If you come back, if you go out and come back.
So if I go to Singapore, I come back, go next day to there and get the username password before TM30, I should be fine.
You report them first.
Yeah.
They will do the report for you, but for the second time, you do online by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go there every time. Okay, thank you.
If you pay for the fine, maybe you can travel from there.
Oh, man. So I travel a lot, you know? Yeah. Thank you. Alright guys, so I got up at 7 o'clock, day after I just got back from an exhausting Pattaya trip. And it's because today I have to go to Changwattana to deal with my 90-day report and TM30. So this is what this vlog is gonna be about. Alright guys, and I also want to give a full disclosure that, first of all, I don't want to cause mass hysteria with tourists asking about this TM30 in my comment section, etc. because most likely it's not going to impact tourists. So far, as of September 2019, it seems to be that this TM30 thing is really something that only affects expats out here. Man, there's always taxis near my condo because it's by the clubs. Unless it's in the morning, it's hard to find a taxi. Alright guys, I'm just sort of walking towards the main road because there are no taxis. Still walking, no taxi. But I do know that the taxi eventually needs to go over there where it's forked off. Oh my god, all the taxis are taken. God, I hate going to Changwattana. So yeah, guys, I mean, your experiences might be better or easier to get to Changwattana. I mean, I live right by the expressway, so in some ways I have it better off than the people that live on Sukhumvit, etc. You can take the BTS and then get off at Chatuchak. That's one method. But yeah, I mean, everybody has their own issues in getting to Changwattana. As you'll see, it's not a very easy location to get to. So I got one, but he doesn't want to go. So yeah, I mean, even the taxis don't want to go there because there's just so much traffic. If I take the tollway, it's significantly more in price. So I just want someone to take the local roads. I walked out of my condo at 8 o'clock, now it's at 8:40. Today is just particularly bad, so I'm gonna compromise and maybe see if I can only take one tollway, because there's two tollways over there, and one of the tollways, it's honestly just to get to the other tollway, which isn't really that far, and there isn't traffic on that area. I know because I live around this area, but you know, taxis just want to charge you for tollway and not have to deal with anything, so we'll see. Yeah, Changwattana, only one highway. See that? Not two highway. This two highway, I don't want two highway, just one highway. Oh man, this guy's frustrated, but I don't really blame him because it's really hard to get there. I know how to get there because I've been there several times. I mean, I can actually direct him, but he just sort of insisted that he knows how to get there. He wouldn't take that left turn into that area. But I forgot what the cost is, but if you pay for the taxi, it should be around 200 to 300 baht, and if you start paying for tolls, then it's like, I believe it was like 80 baht, and then one was like 100 baht, and it just starts adding up. So I only want to take one highway, especially right now. I mean, I look at Google Maps, and although there's traffic, there's not that much going that way. Yeah, see, going that way, it's all green, so it should be fine. Now this brings me to an important point. If you have a lot of money, honestly, it'll solve a lot of problems out here for you. It'll make life easier for you, but you know, I'm trying to give a guide for people out here who aren't necessarily loaded, and just teaching English, making only like 15,000 baht a month. It starts adding up, these kinds of costs, especially if you're like me and you're traveling all the time to other countries or provinces. Having to do this every time you travel, it will really eat up at the cost. Alright guys, so I guess we'll be sitting here in traffic for a while, so let me just sort of go over all the different information. First of all, as you can see, it's actually not that easy to explain someone how to get to Changwattana. One of the misconceptions that we expats have is that this place is called Changwattana, but it's not. Changwattana is, I guess, the district or the city, but I mean, it's just a generic term for that area. So you're gonna say, hey, take me to Changwattana, and they're gonna go, yeah, but then they're gonna ask, where do you want to go in Changwattana? And then it gets really complex, because you got to go to a government complex. Now, not all Thais will speak English and understand what you mean by government complex. So sometimes I've gotten by with saying visa, you know, and then they sort of know, oh, okay. But then they go there and then they'll ask you building A or B, and you'll see once you get there, it's huge. You don't want to get dropped off at building A because you'll be walking, you know, a good 10-20 minutes. It's quite far, you know. I mean, it took me around 10-15 minutes just to walk around one of the government complexes. You'll see. So this I actually got from Chamturi Square. I got it with that 90-day reporting deal, and when you go to Chamturi Square, they just pretty much give you this and say, you know, we don't help you, so go to Changwattana. So this actually, this has been quite helpful because it has it written in Thai. It tells you it's government complex, building B. I don't know why they say second floor though. But anyways, it will get you where you need to. I mean, I wish they just had this all in Thai. But yeah, I mean, it's sort of confusing to get there. I mean, even what they highlight, they say, get to Chatuchak Park Station is the closest subway to Immigration Division 1. At the complex, take taxi to Changwattana Road. And they highlight take. So, I mean, you can see it's not really professionally made or whatnot, but this still really helps, guys. So have like something already prepared to show your taxi driver where to get to, and also have it written in Thai, because you know, Google Maps is gonna have it in English and they're not gonna know, and they're gonna start asking you details. Like, you'll point to where you think is government complex B on Google Maps, and then they'll start talking to you in Thai, and then you're like, huh? Alright, long intersection, but for the most part, it's open roads ahead of us, because most of the people are trying to come into the city and not out into the freaking provinces. Ah, thank you. Alright, building B, guys. Okay, come on, grab. Alright, what do you know, guys? Usually the taxis want to take the roundabout way on the left-hand side on Sirat Expressway, but because we missed that turn, he was forced to sort of go through the inner city roads and then take Damwon Tollway, so ends up being cheaper for me. So that's great. This is one route to it. I've never been this way, but yeah, it is what it is, guys. Now let's see. Ooh, the lines are already forming outside. Oh man, it's like choose your own adventure, which there doesn't seem to be a lot of people over there, so I think it's that way, because the immigration office is where they usually have the most amount of people. I know it's on, you know, if you look at it, it's a rectangular shape, and it's in the end of a rectangle, you know what I'm saying? Like the shorter end. Alright guys, it's at gate 2, just remember that. And Immigration Division 1 is right over there. So now what I'm gonna do is, I'm not 100% sure I can take videos in there, so I'm gonna just switch over to audio and then just sort of show you the process of what it's like coming to one of these places. And I think if you hear it, you'll realize it's probably not as bad as you imagine, but it's just a lot of anxiety because we don't know what's going on, and you know, it's never fun going to see a government officer. One thing you have to probably do is dress respectably. That's why I came in long pants, nice fancy shoes. But I didn't like do a white shirt tie kind of thing as some people recommend. I don't know. I just feel like then it's trying too hard, and it seems like maybe you're trying too hard. I don't know. So I just try to dress respectably, but not overly. Because I can clearly see expats, and you can tell they don't really belong. Like, they're super tan and they look rugged, but they have this white shirt with like stains. I don't know if that's good, guys. I mean, just be yourself, but dress respectably. Hello, I want to do like TM30 reporting and also try to get username for my online.
Online contact photo B. Photocopy.
Huh? Photo.
Oh yeah. Contact photo B.
Counter B for TM30 username.
No, for online.
Online, I'm sorry?
You follow me.
Hello. I already, with the mobile app, applied for username password, but I have not heard anything.
And you need any time.
I'm sorry?
นานยัง
Nanya?
นี่คือเขาก็เป็นเจ้าบ้านเลยใช่ไหมครับ
You wait.
Uh-huh.
And you register ยัง
Yeah,
email or register.
Yeah, I registered with section already.
I can see.
เอาเบอร์โทรเหรอ
เสื้อ
หยุดเลยพี่ยังไม่ได้ไปหยุด
พี่
นะ
และหนูจะเรียกลุงแล้ว
เรียกพี่
I already registered and I didn't get email yet.
You register confirm on email.
No email yet.
Email not.
No, yeah, not yet. So I'm wondering if
Okay, and you register not.
I registered already 1 week ago. No email.
No email แสดงว่า not okay. And your file you and your document you
Yeah,
application form
document.
you not okay and immigration. And you ต้อง register new again.
I have to register again.
You okay?
Yeah, I don't care. So I register again here. It's okay?
Yes.
Okay.
And you owner.
Yes, I'm owner.
Owner.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And and
I have Tabi Ban, I have title.
Oh.
Yeah, I sent all of that. I give to you right now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I already registered. You see? But I don't get any email.
email เคยได้ไหมเนี่ย
Yeah, I never got any email. No username, no password.
ยูเทเลโฟนยูอ่ะ
My
แต่โฉนด
telephone.
ไม่ใช่ชื่อ
Here, last time I take photo like this.
อ๋อคามิล่า
Yeah, camera. I already take photo. Okay, all right. Oh, take user password. Okay. Copun crab. Oh. Username, password, same. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's great. Oh, thank you so much. I just came back from Pattaya. I want to register for my house. How do I do? And they, okay, search. Oh, it worked.
Hey, one person
Oh.
and you can capture
Capture this.
Yes.
And show
and show
immigration.
immigration
Kapun crab. Thank you. Alright guys, it took about an hour, but I got a lot accomplished. Okay, for those of you who have done the online registration or through the app like I did, the app works perfectly fine on Apple, and you don't get an email, I recommend that you come to Changwattana if you don't get it within a week. I mean, that was the report that was going out, that everything should be registered and done within a week. But everyone is complaining it's taking months, etc. It's probably because they didn't come out here and check, because I wouldn't really count on the email. I didn't get an email. But when I came out here, they're very friendly. They got it for me. And they took a screenshot of the username password. I logged in, everything's working. I submitted TM30 reporting from having come back from Pattaya yesterday. And it's instant and you can confirm. Now there are some little things about it, like Dam Muang isn't listed on there. Dam Muang, they're telling me, is Bangkok International. You call Bangkok International Dam Muang. Okay. Alright, thank you. So you should know that. Suvarnabhumi is listed on there. I can't say anything for the other airports, but they all seem to be listed on there. Number two, if you're on a non-immigrant visa, it doesn't really say what kind of non-immigrant visa it is, but it's like I'm at a standard like non-immigrant 1 year, visa for being a teacher. They say just pick non-immigrant 90. Yeah, I want to know what kind of visa is this? Is this non-immigrant 90?
นี่ไง non-immigrant 90
Is it 90 or not 90? What, I don't know what kind. Oh, so 1 year I still pick 90, okay? This one? 1 year I pick 90? Okay. Hope it works. Hopefully that works. As far as the 30-day visa exemptions that most Americans will come out here on, that one it just says EX30. So pick that one. And as far as the tourist visa, it says tourist visa TR. That one's pretty straightforward. So other than that, you got like a check-in, check-out. So I live there. I don't know when I will check out. What day do I use? So I don't put anything there. Everything else was pretty self-explanatory. You do need their card, and it was quite easy because they're telling me I don't even need to take a picture of their arrival card or the passport. I thought I need to do that because the hotels take copies of your passports and such, but all you need to do is just enter it in. Yeah, and then what do I take photo?
no need
No need to take photo?
yes.
Oh.
and you submit
Pretty straightforward. Anyways, I checked with the counter and I said I did a 90-day reporting, but I didn't get it by mail, like a response. So they're like, go to counter B. I submit 90-day report by mail. 30-day over, I still No.
Contact counter B inside.
Counter B.
Yes.
Okay. Now, counter B. This is just one section. I don't know what to do. I gotta find counter B. Hello, do you know where counter number B is? I did... Oh, okay. Alright guys, I'm a bit confused. I asked them where I need to go for that 90-day. The interns in the front told me I need to go to counter B. But when I couldn't... I think, you know, that's counter number A, B, but you have to go to the front. Like as soon as you enter in, you get a queue number. And I said I need to go to counter number B. He doesn't say anything, gives me this ticket, 164. Right now it is 109, so I have about 60. And then I said, well, I didn't get my 9-day report, and then he gives me this A, and it's 210. So I have a little over 100 people that I need to be waiting behind. I think the guy inside that's doing the queue knows better, because A seems to be for 90-day reports. B, it says notification of housemaster. I think B is for TM30. Yeah, that's my guess. 10:20 I arrived, so let's see how long it takes. So I'm here with Ishmir from India, and he says he likes coming to Changwattana. I'm here complaining about it, and he's giving me a completely different perspective. Why do you think? Why do you say you like it here?
The place is very good.
Uh-huh.
The food is good.
Uh-huh.
We can see a lot of people here.
Oh, the food is good. That is true. They have a lot of food around here, and the people are good.
I feel like a shopping mall.
Huh?
This place is like a shopping mall.
A shopping mall. He comes here to do the 90-day report every 90 days, and I'm like, I was about to say, did you not see my video about doing it by mail? But he likes coming here, so that's a different perspective. All right, guys, I got my 90-day survival kit right here. Water and a switch. In hindsight, I should have gotten the queue for the 90-day report, because I knew this would take a while I do the TM30. But I don't know. I guess in my mind I was thinking I'll figure out what the situation is and then square it away. But I mean, the numbers go up relatively fast. Certainly faster than California DMV. So I'm just trying to convince myself 100 isn't that bad. Alright guys, it's taking a while, so I'm gonna make a guide on how to do TM30. Just click on this app right here. Put in your username and password, which you get out here. It's quite self-explanatory. Log in. A little side note is that you can change your password as soon as you log in, but you're gonna have to stick with some weird login. So the username, just save it somewhere or something. Anyways, you got 3 options. The obvious one to make the reporting is notification of residence. So just click that top option right there. Then you have a check-in and a check-out. They said because I live here, I don't enter anything in checkout date. But I imagine if you're reporting your friends, just put in a date that they'll be leaving. I think that's self-explanatory. Just go ahead and choose. They have a take photo scan area, but they told me that I don't need to. But I don't know. It's just, I'm a bit suspect, because it's like, why did they put that in there when I don't need to take any photos or anything? Next, you put in a passport number, pretty self-explanatory. First, last, middle name, and your date of birth, gender, and nationality. They have pretty much everything listed here. American. I know somebody was complaining that they don't have Netherlands, but you just go ahead, go to D, and you will find Dutch. Alright, so I saw that comment somewhere on the app section. Then you obviously need the TM6 number. This is quite important. That's the arrival card. Put in the TM6 number, date of arrival, and if you have any questions as to what that is, they actually have a little info section here. Boom. And boom. And boom. It even tells you which airport you came in case you didn't know. Although mine says Bangkok, Thailand, and it's Tam Muang Airport, so you gotta pick Bangkok International Airport, obviously not Suvarnabhumi and you know, you can search for Damwang. I guarantee you it's not there. Now this type of visa is probably the most confusing part. The non-immigrant 90 is what you should choose for like the 1-year non-immigrant visas. And they said it's not this, although I have a feeling it might be. Because like 1 year? I don't know. Someone can comment below. It seems like the people helping me were tech guys, not immigration guys. But most people should be on tourist visas, TR, so that's pretty self-explanatory. And a lot of people are on the visa exempt, right? So EX30, that would be for Americans. Like Koreans and I think even Japanese, they get 90 days visa exempt, so you go EX90. Just ask your friend how they got there. Now, as far as man, I don't know what you would do if you're on a retirement visa because there's nothing that says retirement. But I imagine the people would know what kind of visa they're on. Now, right below the type of visa is the expiry of stay. That's pretty self-explanatory as well. Just whenever your visa expires. And then this thing that's written in Thai, they just said leave it alone. So I'm leaving it alone, although you could theoretically change it up. Just leave it alone, that's what they said. Alright. And then once you submit it, it'll say, okay, done. Then you go into the search section. And then you would search the range. Boom. It's all good. There you go. Over here where my thumb is my personal information. And then American, this is when I originally entered. So guys, I'm really liking this app. I mean, it's pretty instantaneous. You get instant confirmation, instant receipt. I really think it is. It's quite amazing. As long as you get that username and password, which if you haven't, come out here and get it. The tech support person was able to instantly look it up, although I don't know, I got the runaround and then they just sort of said you didn't do it correctly and assumed I didn't do it correctly and made me go through the motions until they confirmed, you know? Oh, it was already registered. So what you could do is you could go back into the app if you don't get confirmation in a week and then try to re-register. And then if you try to re-register, it'll actually say you're already registered. So then just go ahead and show them that screenshot so then you can avoid having to, you know, go through the process and being treated like an idiot, like you didn't take the correct pictures or submit the right documents. And they'll take care of you and give you their username and password after they look it up in your systems. Alright guys, so it's 11 o'clock. I think it's like an hour right before lunchtime. But now it's like counting up really fast. We just went through almost like 10 numbers in a matter of minutes. Alright guys, it's 11:50. I only got 5 more numbers. For whatever reason, I still feel very anxious whenever I go see an immigration officer, even though I've done nothing wrong. It's just like, I always get anxious, you know? I hope everything goes well. I did my 90-day report and then sent my registered mail, but I didn't get anything back, so I just wanted to know.
We did already, sir, and you have to check your post again, but today I put it for you.
Oh, okay, so everything is okay?
Yeah, I sent to you, I sent back already.
Oh, so you sent to me already? So something maybe lost in the mail?
No problem today.
Oh, okay.
Sir, you can do by online, internet.
I will now try online because before it was not working, but I'll try online. I have a question. You know, when I do by mail, do I have to do 15 days exactly, or 15 days before, after?
50 days before.
Before?
Yeah, not after.
Not after?
Yeah.
So maybe I can do 20 days just to be sure, something like that? Or
15 days. Okay.
try 15. So should I send 15 day or like maybe 2-3 days so you get in 15 days?
15 days. But you can do one online internet.
15
and
days.
15 days, okay, same.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, online. Immigration.go.th online service. Can
Do you have an app for?
No app,
no
immigration.go.th. We have online service, no problem.
Okay, I'll try to do that. Thank you. Alright guys, so it wasn't really much of a problem. Apparently they got my 90-day registration, but for some reason it didn't arrive back in mail, the receipt. So they just filled out a receipt for me, so I have proof of that when I exit Bangkok. so I can show it to the customs officer there, or what do you call them? Basically the immigration officer at the airport that I did my 90-day report, so I don't get fined. And everything's good. I mean, ultimately, everything turned out fine. I mean, the biggest hassle or issue is just getting here because Changwattana is so far away, hard to explain to taxi drivers, etc. But as you can see, overall, the interactions that I have with the immigration officers, they're relatively pleasant, guys. I mean, coming from America, and this is my experience coming from America, the government officers here are generally more pleasant, you know, and they don't want to deal with us as much as we don't want to deal with them either. As you can see, like in the very end, she was recommending that I try using online, and then they try to be helpful. What I'm going to try to do now is, you know, I did paper because I was having issues with confirmation online, etc. But I think they really cleaned up the act because I was trying to use Chrome even on my iMac the other day just to see if I could confirm on the online systems, and it looked like it was even going through. So I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna do another video about online reporting. I'll attempt it that way because lately I've heard more people saying that it's been successful, and I have much more faith in their online system now that I've just attempted doing this TM30 deal and seeing everything just update instantly. So overall, Thailand 4.0, I guess it's really working out. I mean, it's like they're switching to an online system. Hopefully, I mean, as great as this place is, as Ismir was saying, is I really don't want to come here, guys. It's really dreaded. It's luckily I made it out before lunch. It's 12 o'clock exactly right now, but it's pretty much killed my day. Now there's gonna be a lot of traffic. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try to save the day, maybe do something, I don't know, but that's it, guys. This is the experience, completely unfiltered. Just, it's my experience. Just take it for what it is. I'm not gonna claim that I'm some expert in this because I've only done it once, and you know, everything else I've heard is just sort of hearsay. This person says this, that person says this, etc. But I think my experience demonstrates sort of the whole range of emotions like an expat goes through out here. You're like, what is going on, you know? And then you go to like visa specialists, etc., and then they start telling you, I mean, these are specialists, and then they're like, it's probably your TM30, blah 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 blah. And at the end of the day, it wasn't. It was just lost mail, you know? So it's just, immigration is tough to deal with because there's a lot of misinformation out there, or people just speculating constantly. At the end of the day, if you just sort of deal with it and follow the system, everything sort of works out, guys. It's not as hard or difficult as people make it out to be. So this is it. This is TM30 video for you guys. Hopefully this was informative, and I'll see you guys next week for more vlogs about living and traveling in Asia. Wow, historic moment. I'm gonna be paying over 400 baht for a taxi fare. Alright, I've exceeded it. Cup and cup. What's up, guys? TM30. This is not a video I wanted to make, but inevitably I'm gonna have to make it because I'm having to deal with it right now. And I'm dealing with, like most immigration issues out there in Thailand, a lot of misinformation. I really can't give credit to more than half the stuff that I hear out there. And you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're out here, you know about it. Now, first of all, I want to make it very clear. If you're a tourist, don't buy into this TM30 overhype, okay? Because as a tourist, you're most likely not going to have to deal with it. Okay? Because, first of all, the fact is, the TM30 is mainly the responsibility of the landlord. And tourists are generally coming to hotels. So, I myself, this is one of the reasons whenever I travel in Asia, I generally try to go to guest houses, not Airbnb, etc. Because first of all, the prices aren't that much cheaper. Guest houses do just as much of a great job, and they usually have cleaning every day. So just go to a professional guest house that deals with TM30. They'll report all of that for you. You don't have to deal with this. It's not your responsibility to be reporting yourself. And I have yet to hear of any tourist getting stopped at the airport because they weren't reporting like the places they're going to around in Thailand for the 1 or 2 weeks they're here. That just it's, at least as far as I'm aware, that hasn't been a concern, and I will further explain why that might be the case. Now, this is gonna, however, impact people who are staying here long-term, and long-term legally, as strange as that sounds, because the TM30 is actually aimed at, I mean, first of all, as far as what I hear from the immigration officers, and something I do agree with, it's designed to track people who are illegally staying in Thailand. Okay, it's because they're dealing with terrorism issues, etc. I can appreciate that, tracking where people are, right? So that's why landlords and hotels that house foreigners have to report where who's staying where. You know, this is how they keep track of everybody. I have no issues with that concept. And that's why I fully support it, and I know there's some growing pains. And at the end of the day, I am also, like, I'm not just hopeful, I'm quite certain after a year or 2 or 3, all this TM30 thing, it's gonna blow over. This hysteria about it, because they're gonna get things fixed, and it's gonna start working. But I'm making this video because, for the time being, there's still a lot of confusion and a lot of misinformation, and I myself haven't been able to figure it out, and I'm sure there are people out there as well. And they're sick of looking at all these different places for information, and I just want to try to clear this up as much as possible. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, this is not for tourists, guys. Don't worry about it. Just go to a hotel. They'll report you. I don't really... You know, I just had a friend come over, Jonathan. We went to Koh Chang. We had no issues. Does he even know what TM30 is? Did I even talk to him about it? No. He shouldn't care. It's like everything is business as usual. As a foreigner, most of you guys are going to be in the category of renters. Okay, you're not going to be homeowners like me. So as a renter, based on what I am reading, the law is that every time you move somewhere else, even within Thailand, you have to report that you're back at your residence. Now, this isn't something that you're responsible for, your landlord is. But many landlords, based on reports, aren't complying. So, I mean, best case scenario is your landlord will report everything for you, just like the hotels and everything. You don't have to deal with it. But there are reports of many worst case scenarios, which is they're not, and mainly at 90-day reports, and when you're getting your visa extended, there are outstanding fines, and it seems like you have to pay 800 baht. 800 baht, guys, is like $23, $24, $5. So it seems like worst case scenario, you pay a fine. Not a big deal. It's not like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Yeah? So, that seems to be the case for most people. That's why I don't think it's... I've talked to other expats around here, and they're not too concerned. Yeah. Now, where it gets difficult is for homeowners like me. So this is mainly for people who own a condo, right? But also maybe for people, yeah. This is basically a guide for homeowners, okay? As a homeowner, I have to report myself that I'm at my home. As strange as that may sound, you know? Because, mind you, they already have my address and my work address for my visa, my work permit. And then the other law for us reporting 90 days, that's still in effect. So I'm reporting to them my address every 90 days. And I have, I made a guide about getting a tabiemban and registering my household, right? So just like a Thai, I register my household and they know where I live. I own this condo, right? But they still need me to report that I'm back home every time I return from a trip or something, right? So, as strange as that may sound, I mean, although, people might think the default is, obviously I'm at my home. If I'm not somewhere else, I'm at my home. That is a requirement that I'm supposed to do. Not only that, if I have guests over, now this is where I understand where you should report, is if I have guests over or whatnot, I have to report that they're here. So this is where a lot of misinformation is coming. Immigration officials, last I heard, have an app. And they also have an online system. So a lot of people who have no idea are like, oh, well, it's easy enough. You just go online, you log in, and you blah, 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 right? But much like how there is an online system for the 90-day report, and I still use the mailing form, people who have actually attempted to use it have explained that and complained that it's not reliable. Now, it seems like there is a way you can also register by mail, just like reporting the 90-day report. So this is where I'm going to be exploring those two options here. If I can do registered mail, and information about getting this is quite hard, it seems like, and also using the online system, and supposedly this new app that you can use to also report people. Now, if you're a renter, some homeowners, apparently they give you their username and password, login ID, so that you can report yourself, so you don't have to bother them. But as you can understand, some people don't want to give it to you. Maybe you're going to do something crazy with it. And they're also not complying and not reporting you either. But if you fall into that middle category where, they give it to you, then you might want to educate them and help them, maybe do this so that they're in compliance. And ultimately the fine is for them, so you could do that. Although I wouldn't say you have to pay the fine, because a lot of reports show it doesn't really matter who pays the fine. So it seems like even though it's a responsibility of the homeowner, if you can't get your visa renewed, you'll just end up paying the 800 baht fine. So yeah, don't be going out there and telling your homeowners, Ethan told you, Ethan said that you have to pay a fine. I'm not saying anything about it. There is a fine if you don't get reported, and who pays it, it's still up in the air. I'm not going to tackle that situation. Maybe there's going to be some clarification. Now, I will say that a lot of the misinformation that there isn't an app is incorrect. There actually is an app. It is called Section 38. That's what it's called. It's on Android and also iPhone, Apple Store. I just downloaded it. This seems like, if it works, the best way to do it. So I am going to first attempt it with this app. If it doesn't work, I will research registered mail option. And if that doesn't work, because my girlfriend works at a hotel, I'll further explain why I need her to do it, because the website is confusing. It's not completely translated to English, and if you're actually a homeowner and you're trying to register your house and you're not Thai, you will understand my frustration. But here goes nothing, guys. I'm gonna open this Section 38 app. They would like to send me notifications. You know what? I usually don't agree, but I will allow it. Boom. First of all, there is actually an English option down here. So I'll go ahead and click that. And as far as I can tell, everything turns to English. Okay? Now there is a username and password. I don't have it, so let's go ahead and register. So, things to know. The Immigration Act, Section 38. So this is good. They give you information right away. The housemaster, the owner, or the processor of the residence or the hotel manager where the alien receiving permission to stay temporarily in the kingdom must notify the competent official of the immigration office located in the same area within that dwelling place or hotel within 24 hours. Must notify within 24 hours is in red. So be mindful of that. This needs to be done within 24 hours, guys. They're not kidding about it. There's people who are trying to say, it shouldn't be 24, maybe you should extend 48. I think it's, as long as this works, I'm okay. And I'm okay reporting myself 24 hours, I'm not gonna be one of those people that complain about that. That's reasonable as long as this works, okay? From the time of arrival of the alien concerned, okay. If you don't follow this regulation, you'll be fined with a maximum of 10,000 baht. My understanding is that 10,000 baht applies to hotel owners. I believe that if you're an individual, it's about 800. And if you are owner of a home, like me, it starts from 2,000 and up. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I've read from several different sources. And you yourself can Google it and try to sort through all that mess. But whatever the case, it's relevant. I don't want to pay any fine, okay? So, let's see. Allow Section 38 to access your location while you are using the app. Why would they need this? An app, Section 38, might use your location data and location search query to help you to exact address of your location based on your current location as your registration. They're saying it's to help find my address. You know what? I'll allow it. I don't really care. I honestly don't care. I'm gonna allow it. Immigration officials can find out where I am 24 hours, every minute, every second. I have nothing to hide from the Thai officials, so I'll allow it. I know, like a lot of Americans, this is an issue because of privacy, blah, blah, blah. But I've been living out here long enough. I got nothing to hide. I'm a YouTuber. Everyone knows where I live. Okay, accommodation type. Select accommodation type. Oh, wow. This is a lot better than the online one, for sure. It's, they did put some work on here. Hotel, apartment, guest house, house condominium, etc. I am a house condominium, etc. It's far more detail. Next, you're gonna go for Thai national or foreigner. Oh, I'm a foreigner. Pretty straightforward. Then I have to put passport number, nationality, give my given name, middle name, family name. Big kudos for Thai authorities for putting middle name for foreigners, because if you see my Tabi and Von thing, they weren't catching on to the fact that we have middle names, and when I just give them my first name for my given name, and then I'm missing my middle name altogether, unlike America where our middle name, we can choose to put it in or not, it's not really any legal standing. Here it is. So in Thailand, you generally have to, if there is no place for middle name, you put first name, space, middle name in the given name section. If you don't, it's gonna screw up a lot of paperwork. But kudos to them for getting this right. So far I'm liking this app. It's far more user-friendly than the online. And I'll show you that in a moment, even if this works, just to let you know what I'm talking about. Now, position. I did not understand what they meant by position, and when I clicked on it, now I know what they mean by position, because in the online one, I couldn't figure out what they mean by position. It's like, the only thing I'm thinking is like, my sexual, I mean, what position? When they say position, guys, even for those of you guys who are doing it online, it means you're either the owner, the house master, or the possessor of the residence. Holy crap. You know what? I am sort of confused. I am the owner, and I'm the house master because I registered my tabi and bond. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but in English, the owner and the possessor of the residence is the same thing. And then the last one is etc. Oh my gosh. I'm confused. I guess I'll just choose the owner because that's the topmost position. Other position. Oh, okay. So there's other positions. I guess I'll just enter that I'm also the house master because I'm the house master on the top. You know, I'm not even sure what house master means, but I'm thinking that's the head of the household, which is what my tabi and bond is. I'll have to Google this just to be sure. Gender, very good. I think they're trying to be gender inclusive or something because look, guys, they don't say male or female. It's just like a picture. This might be confusing for transsexuals out there. But for most of us, it's pretty straightforward. Now, individual or juristic. This confused me. What does this mean? Individual or juristic? I'm just gonna go based on default and go individual. House ID number. Accommodation name. Accommodation name must be my condo name. House ID number is I think I saw something on here. It's on my title or my tabi and bond. And then they want me to put an address number. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Village number? I don't have one. I don't have an alley or... I don't really have a road. I could put the road, but nobody really addresses my address by the road. But you can see that they have only the asterisk on the address number. Province, district, subdistrict, and postal code. Look at that. So they have a little function here where I can just use my location. That's what I allowed them to use. And boom, longitude and latitude. Or I could just do it based on my address, it looks like, but that's good. That's why this app is good. The computer online system wasn't able to do that. Now they're saying fax number, but that also isn't asteriskized. And then you got telephone and email. And the immigration office, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, and then I'm supposed to attach a file. It seems like I can get all this. Documents submitted as proof of identity. I'll send them all of it. The household registration, which they call house registration, that must be the tabi and bond. I have the title. The land sale to my understanding, that's the same thing. But I'll just send, you know, the big title that I have. And the household registration. Such documents submitted as proof. So document or documents. They're giving me two options. So I imagine that one of them would suffice, but I'll send them two just in case. And because I'm a non-Thai national, I will give them a copy of my ID card, the pink ID card, and a certified copy of my passport. I'll double it. And if you are, I mean, you're thinking I don't have all this, but you should. If you are a foreigner and you own a condo, which is most of the case, you should get the TM bond, guys. If you don't know how to do it, I have a full guide of that in my helpful information playlist as well. Just get that done. And in there, the main confusion was getting that certified copy of the passport. I explained in detail where you can get it, what location you can go to get it, and in the comments somebody else mentioned an even cheaper option. So it's not that expensive, and you should get the TM bond and the pink ID card. It really helps. The pink ID card, now I use it for when I go to the bank. Now, you know, they always ask for passport. Now I can just show them that pink ID card. I don't have to carry my passport around everywhere. And many people claim that you can use it for getting into national parks, etc. So, you know, so far, so good. Alright, so I attached my ID card, my passport, my household registration, which is the green and yellow books. I just opened it up and showed the information page. And I took the front and back picture of my condo title. And I'm gonna go ahead and submit this. So, live to you. Let's see what happens if I... Oh man. Do you want to register? Yes. Okay, so it was spinning like registration for a while, but look. Complete registration. Please check the email to confirm the registration. What? It seems too easy. Seriously? Alright, so if you go online, just go to Google and search for TM30 online, and you'll get to this page. I mean, just for reference though, it's immigration.go.th/content/online_services. But you will go ahead and click on notification of residence for foreigners. And likewise, you'll click register and you'll register. There's another option to check status, etc. Now, here actually a lot of it's pretty much the same, but you'll see why I was sort of confused here, because there isn't as much explanation like in the app, and that's why I think the app did a much better job, right? You can click on being a foreigner, and if you do that, and you do that for the nationality, everything, the options are all in Thai. So that's the issue I was having with nationality. You know, passport number, given name, middle name, this is all good. I understood that. And then when you get to position, again, it's in Thai. So there isn't really like an English option out here. They do have English, but it's because it's like a lingual option with Thai and English being in there. They didn't really make this website very foreigner friendly. Gender, this is actually in English. That I got. Now this is one thing that the website does better. This is why I knew. This is a TM bond, guys. And they tell you exactly where to get the household number. So be aware of that. This is the TM bond. Even if you don't have the TM bond, they still give you the blue book without you registered on it, and it should have that information. So just go ahead and fill that in. And then you got address number, village number, alley, road, province, district, sub-district, postal code. This is all pretty much the same. And yeah, everything else. And this is what I don't get. Register at? It doesn't let you type anything in, or... That I don't know. And what this doesn't have is what supporting documents you need. You can just add a document. What the app did though is have that little helpful information section there that tells you exactly what you need to submit. So although I'll be using the app because that's what the immigration officials seem to be pushing, and maybe all the focus is on there, and I myself, I think it's more convenient to use an app because if I'm traveling, etc., I don't always have access to a computer, and generally these Thai immigration websites are notorious for not really working well with Apple products, and all my stuff are Apple products. So I'm hoping that because the app is the latest thing that they created, they developed it, and it's much more user-friendly. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and if you're interested in more content about what our life's been like since moving to Asia, we release 2 videos weekly, longer neighborhood guides on Wednesdays and our regular travel and Bangkok vlogs on Saturdays. We hope you set that bell notification and see you guys next week for more vlogs about living and traveling in Asia. Alright, I've exceeded it. Cup and Cup.